All right, so I personally think that Web 3.0 is going to be a more secure, personalized, and private version of the internet and different apps that we already use today. Um, I think encryption will be, a huge thing for it, so that our privacy is, so our data is more secure, our files are more secure. Um, and I think that cryptocurrencies are playing a big part in that, um, in the whole being able to be anonymous on the internet and having a really secure and personal way to hold money on the internet without a lot of fees and a lot of regulation. Um, I think the internet, just based on what we've learned in class and my own findings online, is I think the internet is going to pretty much look like very similar to what it is today. I think the apps will look, you know, pretty similar. I think web pages will look the same, but I think it's underneath that blanket, underneath the surface. I think that's going to be a lot different, in terms of our data being a lot more private and you know um, information being tied to our own personal devices on the user end instead of being stored in these huge data centers by companies. Um, I think the way we use it is going to be a lot different. So instead of like Google Chrome storing credit card info, that might be just locally stored on our devices in a really secure manner so that it's less prone to some hacker, hacking into 1,000 accounts at, some big monopoly. Um, I also think that it's going to mean that there's less reliance on these huge corporations like Google and Apple, to basically, dish out programs that we use on a day to day. I think it's going to be a lot more. It's going to promote, third party small companies to provide really useful and safe applications for everyday users, so that not everyone's using a Google Drive or Apple iCloud. And I think the growing dependence, it is good and bad because it means dependence on these big companies means convenience for a lot of people. The ability to go on Amazon and just see an item that you like and click once and have it shipped to your house, it's a convenience, but it can also be a liability in terms of, you're trusting another company thousands of miles away or hundreds of miles away to store a lot of your private information in one of their servers or data centers. So dependence can be good, but I think for the most part it's kind of bad, and it takes away a lot of the end users' ability to guard their own data. So I think Web 3.0 is going to do a good job at kind of taking away our or giving us more independence, and alongside that more freedom for the web.